Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm painting a gorgeous sunflower in this video. It was a photo I'd taken quite a while back actually, and I loved how it was backlit and the petals just seemed to glow, and I'd been wanting to paint it for a few years actually and just never got around to it, so I finally did. And as usual, what I do is I just start laying down very basic crude layers. I don't focus on anything pretty at this point, no details. I am just about getting color down just to start applying a very thin base layer. And I'm also working with Derwent pastel pencils for this piece, for the most part. At the end I went in with some other pastels just to add a few little touches where I didn't have the exact colors I wanted, but for the most part I used Derwent pastel pencils. And full disclosure here, though I'm not sponsored by Derwent, Derwent Canada did send me a set of art supplies and a set of pastel pencils were in there. So this was my very first piece trying them out. I wanted to see what they were like and I was actually quite impressed. I found them to be quite comparable to the Carbothello Stabilo and they layered quite nicely. I loved how they blended and I actually wished I would have had more of the colors. And for the dark parts of my sunflower petals, I mostly worked with a lot of reds and dark browns. And for some of the shadows, I used a nice purple, and other parts of the shadows, I used a burnt sienna type color. And because this was a backlit piece and with other parts of the flower in a shadowed area and darker, I was very mindful of maintaining proper values. So this means that I wanted to keep some very bright lights and some very dark darks. At this point in the painting, I still wasn't sure if I wanted a dark background or a light background. And even without the darker background laid in yet, you could start seeing how the light is coming through as I'm building lighter colors on top of the darker colors and just working in my details and layers this way. So the play between the lighter colors and the darker colors are creating the illusion of light and shadow. And here you can see me using purple in the shadowed area. Purple is a complement of yellow, so it's giving me a nice muted color. As you can see, I had settled on black as the background color, and I really loved how it made the backlit bright yellow just pop and bring the whole painting to life. As I started painting on the lower foreground of my sunflower, I started working in some darker tones, and this is also helping to have my proper value range in my painting. It really was a lot of fun working with all these contrasting tones, the plays between the darks and the lights. So at the end, I was really happy I decided to go with the black background because it just really made that beautiful backlighting pop. And as an artist, I tend to try and choose my subjects according to how interesting they are. I'm more of a light and shadow and atmosphere and mood kind of artist rather than focusing too much on the small details. I've always said that as long as you have good values and you have something of interest in the painting, like interesting light and shadows and interesting atmosphere, you'll have a more beautiful painting than if you just get straight, accurate details all the time. Good art is more about how you make the viewer feel rather than just being technically accurate. When I set up this bouquet of flowers, I had it in front of a window so it had nice backlighting. If you want to try and do something similar to this, go ahead and take some flowers and put them in front of a window or next to a window so that you get good light coming in from behind the petals rather than in front. And then see how you could add that light into your own painting. I hope you enjoyed this painting's progress, and this is available on my website as well as other floral paintings that I've recently completed. So be sure to have a look. The link will be in the description. So thanks you guys, and take care.